In today's video, I want to talk about this really neat thrift find. I always keep my eyes open for the rubber-faced and rubber-head stuffed animals that were popular in the 50s and 60s. And I found this guy, and at first when I found him, I didn't realize who he was, and I did a little research and found out that he's Beauregard the bull, and he is Elsie the cow's son. And Elsie the cow was the mascot for Borden's Dairy for many years. It started in 1936, and you can find there was many products that had Elsie on it, and it's a very collectible, she's a very collectible advertising piece. In 1940, they had Elsie um, marry Elmer the bull, and Elmer is the guy who shows up on the Elmer's glue. He was that was probably his most famous role. And in 48, they had Beulah and Beauregard, a son and a daughter. And then later in 57, they had twins Larrabee and Lobelia. I think that's how you pronounce it, Lobelia. And the Borden's Dairy Company ended in the 1990s, but they still will use Elsie in her advertising. So getting back to this guy, so it was nice that I found him because he was such an interesting plush, but the fact that he's also ties in with Borden Dairy and that advertising. This one's probably from the 60s, I would guess. I wasn't having a whole lot of good luck getting a date on him when I was researching him. This particular one was made by the My Toy Company. And like I said, I always look for the rubber-faced um, stuffed toys because they're a very desirable piece. And he originally had a yellow bow, and you can see here in the back of his head he had a squeaker, but he doesn't squeak anymore. And when I was doing research, I found a lot of the My Toys would have My Toy written right inside the rubber here. I found a really nice, like, realistic German Shepherd with a rubber head, and you could see it right at the base of the neck. But with this guy, I could not see it. I found him almost new on Google Images, and he had like a cardboard swing tag that identified him as a My Toy. This one is 9 inches tall, and he also, I don't see any evidence that he ever had a tag, like a tush tag, but when I checked here, I did not see any evidence that My Toy was identified here. This guy, and he's got, as you can see, he's not in bad shape, but he's got some damage to that ear, and he is 9 inches tall, and his head is still attached nicely. When you look at these rubber-faced and rubber-head, they're animals, dolls, there's a lot of them. Often I don't come across them because I just don't, they're not that common. And then again, as time's going on, they're getting older, and I think it's getting harder to find them. Whereas I think, if you grew up in the 50s and 60s, you'd have some of these populating your house. The holy grail of the rubber-faced stuffed animals is the Rushton. My Toy also made them, as I mentioned, and Gund and Knickerbocker. Columbia Toy, Ideal Toys, GB, Gons. There's a lot of them. Out of the UK, there was Chiltern. Out of Canada, there was Reliable Toy. And if you start researching them, you can go down a big hole. Some of them look kind of creepy looking, and I think that also is part of the appeal. And they had dolls and animals, and it just, the list goes on. But this guy, they're always worth I find they're always worth a pickup if you find them, because they are. Um, they're good sellers. And I just wanted to share with you today my cute little Beauregard the bull that I'm selling out of our eBay store. And I'll leave the link below. Have a good day.